Boom. All right. So, to start off, I just want to ask you a very broad question of how are you feeling today?
How am I feeling? Very, I don't know, kind of weird.
Yeah?
It's been a weird Monday because, like, it was a long break for, like, Thanksgiving break. And so I, like, decided that I was going to actually break on my break.
What a concept.
Yeah. And so Monday rolls around and it's, what time is it now? It's 9:20 and I was still getting work done.
Right.
Because I chose to not work on Friday. But, like, I'm like, happy because I took a break.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm optimistic about my future, but I'm also kind of like in a work mode.
Right.
And I made myself a really good steak dinner.
Hell yeah.
And I had a drink with my steak dinner, which is making productivity this evening not great.
Was it a good pairing at least?
Oh yeah, that's why. I did the pairing. Nice steak, nice drink, just taking my Monday easy. Yeah.
Do you give yourself a lot of opportunities to take it easy?
No.
No?
No. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I'm kind of like a goals-oriented person. I always like to be like productive, and I don't know. I grew up in a way where like I saw people be pathetic around me, and so I'm just like, I'm not gonna be like that.
Right.
And so now I always strive for greatness.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that sits with you still today? Seeing people like that?
I guess I don't know. What do you necessarily mean by that? It sits with me.
I mean, like, is that something that's on your mind? You know, not being sedentary like that?
A little bit. Like, if I choose to like sleep in, like I normally get up before 9 a.m. and if I tend to sleep in past 9 a.m., I get a little bit like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
Kind of feeling, but I don't know.
That's awesome. You gave yourself a break today, though.
Yeah.
You know, steps in the right direction.
Yeah. This last weekend I relaxed, but oh, I said no today. I think that's what kind of made today even a little better is I had an opportunity to help somebody out with something, and I just decided, no, I just bought a steak, and I'm gonna cook my steak, and I'm gonna enjoy my steak, and I'm gonna say no. But then you just called me, and I said yes. So it's given.
Right.
It's give and take. But yeah.
How did it feel when you said no?
At first I was a little like, oh, I should help this person. They're in a tough spot. They needed somebody to cover for them because they had to go to the hospital to do something, and then I'm like, I can cover for them, but I'm gonna be rushing, and I don't even know like how to cover for them.
Right.
And I was just like, I want to help, but I also like, I want to eat my steak.
Right.
And I think an unhealthy version of me would have said yes. But now I'm in a place where like I feel like I can say no to things that I don't have to say yes to.
Right.
They reached out to like 7 different people. It was a group text. And hey, can anybody cover for me tonight because of this? And I just said, hey, sorry, I'm not going to make it, but I'm praying for you, and I hope everything works out in your situation. So.
Right. And there's something powerful about being able to say no like that. You know?
Yeah.
It's hard because we feel the constant need to fill other people's gaps, you know, and that's not always our job, you know. Sometimes you just got to have a good steak.
Yeah. Sometimes I just need to eat my steak.
Do you get to have nice things like steak often?
I like to, like I said before, like I grew up in a way where I strive for greatness. I try to save and I try to be wise with everything that I do, and so I try to be wise with my money and my budget and stuff. But I feel like I've come to a healthy place of being able to indulge every once in a while.
Right.
I bought a pizza this weekend that was more expensive than I needed to pay for pizza, but it was good pizza. I'm upset that I left it in Adam's, my boyfriend's, fridge.
Oh.
Yeah, so I couldn't have the leftovers, but
See, it's always better the next day too.
not pizza. I don't think pizza's
Yeah?
better the next day.
Fair enough.
Spaghetti is. Spaghetti, chili is. Stew is, yeah, but
Do you reheat it or do you like straight from the fridge?
that's disgusting. No.
Okay.
Not straight
Okay.
from
Good. I was good. Had to clarify because like you have a cold slice of pizza, but I don't think you spoonful like chili cold.
No.
It's not how you do it.
I don't eat cold pizza though either.
Yeah.
I don't really eat anything left over cold unless it's meant to be cold, like pudding. I don't know why pudding came to mind.
You know, the natural leftover.
Yeah, like salad.
Awesome. Well, it seems like one of the things we've sort of come on touched on a couple times is this idea of like the feeling the need to constantly be productive. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel like that affects you to this day, just day-to-day life, health?
I think it's a good thing inside of me because I'd say like earlier in life, like early in college and late high school, it got to a point where like I said, I'd be saying yes for the wrong reasons, or my strive to like be productive and do great things kind of got in the way of my own personal health. But I have been trying to be more wise about how I spend my time and resources lately, and I think it's a good thing, going back to my original statement, inside me, because there's these two sides of me. There's this want to relax and want to be lazy and want to be kind of like selfish type of thing, but there's also like a side of me that is wanting to be productive and be wise with my time and resources. And so I think the two of them kind of blend nicely at this point.
That's good.
The one thing in my life that I am trying to work on now is in my rest periods, using my rest periods as a way to recharge and not just zone out or forget about things, right, or relax. It's not a relaxing time. It's a refreshing, a rejuvenating, it's a recharging time, because you can relax and you can rest, and I'd say that they're two different things. So.
And what does that difference look like to you?
So like relaxing would be like going on YouTube and watching whatever random video, or scrolling through Instagram Reels. Just kind of zoning, maybe even taking a nap when I don't need to take a nap. Just to kind of like black out, not think about anything.
Right, just to exit for a bit.
Exit, like escape. That's like relaxing to me. Resting is kind of more of a mindful exercise, or more of a it's a way of pausing, of contemplating, that prepares you for the next step, or the next period of productivity.
Right.
And that's something recently, I'd say in the last 6 months or so, that I've been really trying to kind of work on or focus on, is the difference between relaxing and resting. So, yeah.
Do you feel like either one or the other is better or worse?
I think there are moments to relax for sure, but I think resting is for sure necessary, and I think I don't know. I kind of feel like I said there are moments for relaxation, like zoning out type of thing, but if I'm actually honest, I think that's kind of like pointless. I think it's just an escape. I think it's not. I think there's like really no point to it at all. I think it's innate in us that we want to just do that, but that's not a healthy way of going about things, I guess. So, I'd say you need to be more mindful with your time stuff.
And can like escaping not be regenerative?
Can escape not be regenerative? Well, yeah, escape cannot be regenerative, but it can also, I guess, there can be elements of regenerative to it if it's done appropriately.
Right. What does appropriately look like?
Well, I just think about like if somebody were to go on a hike, or that's a way of escaping from your day-to-day things, but it's also gives you space to contemplate or to, it's not just sucking, it's just not time sucking or consuming like Instagram reels would be. Like,
right.
You're just consuming joke after joke or stupid thing after stupid thing that is not productive to your next step in mind. So can escape be regenerative? Yes, but if it's done appropriately, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you feel like even in rest you need to be productive?
I guess that's the truth of rest, is that rest, it should be productive. Rest should be a thing that prepares and produces a better you in the future. So I guess that's, I would agree with that.
Do you feel like that's coming from a place of practicality or from the desire to constantly be doing something?
I think of practicality. I think that's how we're made or designed in my worldview, right? God created the world in 7 days. I don't believe literal days, by the way. I have an old earth creationist. But, and on the 7th day he rested, and we should partake in that Sabbath and in that rest and period. And I think it's designed in us, within our brain. That's why we have to sleep, right? To rest. And so, what was your original question? I don't remember.
I was asking because you were talking about how you like rest needs to be productive or preparing for something, and I was asking you if you felt like that was coming from more of like a genuine like this is practical, or from that internal sense of just like, oh, I need to be doing something.
Right. So I don't think it's necessarily like I need to be doing something, but I think we are designed to do stuff, and we are designed to rest, and in that it's kind of more of a natural thing that should happen, I guess.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that, honestly, in that sense of like feeling the difference between just sitting and absorbing content mindlessly versus like meditating and going out for hikes like you were mentioning. One's very much like it's restful, but it's also like there's momentum to it. What are you thinking right now?
I'm just thinking, I'm talking about everything that I've been wanting to put into practice, but really haven't been over the last few months. There's somebody I talk with on a weekly basis, not a counselor. She's like a counselor, she basically is, but she's not. She's supposed to help me raise money. She mainly just helps me talk about my problems. But we've been talking about trying to implement like a true Sabbath, like a 1 day a week or a period a week, either sunrise to sundown, whatever it may be, where I have some more mindful, purposeful periods of rest. And I have yet to come up with anything consistent. I think our society isn't built for that at all. Like, I'd say, okay, Saturdays is the logical time for me to have a Sabbath because that's when I'm least busy. But yet, like, my sister's baby shower happens on a Saturday. Oh, a Friendsgiving happens on a Saturday. These other things I have to kind of build my life around. So, anyway, when I was kind of pausing and thinking, I'm just thinking about, like, it's really hard to put into practice what you preach.
Exactly.
And what you want to actually happen.
Especially when the whole entire world around you is like constantly demanding your time. How do you feel like you're managing that?
like I said, I'm trying to find times for intentional Sabbath. Trying to say no in the appropriate ways. Like, for example, tonight when I just decided to have dinner after work by myself. Yeah, I guess just trying to be more intentional with the breaks that I have.
Yeah. Is that a hard thing for you to do?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with everybody has like a just want to numb out and scroll or whatever, and maybe just have some mindless time. So no, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't come naturally for me. So.
Does it bother you when you numb out like that?
I mean, yeah. I feel like it's a waste of time going back to productivity type of thing. Like, I should have cleaned my room. Oh, because like a healthy space, a clean space, makes you even more productive and more willing to be comfortable in your environment and produces a better self. And so yeah, whenever I don't utilize my time in a way that's efficient, it bothers me a little bit.
Do you think if you weren't so overworked all the time that you would want to numb out as much as you do?
No, I don't think that's the case, because I can look back at high school or times in college when I had all of the free time in the world. I don't think it matters how much free time you have. Everybody utilizes it inappropriately, I'd say, unless you're productive. Unless you're intentional and mindful with it. I think there are ways in which I can limit my Monday through Friday schedule that would help me be less stressed about periods of rest, creating periods of rest, stressed about periods but it doesn't matter, I'd say, how much free time you actually have, unless you intentionally use it productively. I think you can utilize a small amount of time efficiently.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that whole idea of like, it doesn't matter how much time you have. You know, even like if you're procrastinating on something, you always find the time. So we've talked a lot about like wanting to be productive, going towards something, being goal oriented, not wanting to sort of reflect the people that, you know, were largely making up our role models when we were younger. What is it that you are building those goals towards? What are you moving towards?
Tonight you interrupted me. You didn't interrupt me. I was creating a 12-month kind of plan to get to 100% support, which means 100% funding, so that I can do my nonprofit work full time without having to have a second job.
Right.
Don't tell my other boss I'm planning to quit eventually. No, by September I want to phase out of my photography job and just do my nonprofit work full time, maybe October. And so I was in the process of putting together an update letter for this last year and creating monthly goals and contacts to reach out to and that type of thing. So what kind of goals am I looking for? Am I in the process of making financial goals, I guess? Career goals, that type of thing.
You mentioned nonprofit work. Is that like your long-term plan? Yeah,
that's something I feel called to, and that's something I'm passionate about, and I haven't found anything else that gives me drive or energy, or I'm able to use my giftings and abilities in a way that I feel is...
It's fulfilling.
Yeah, fulfilling. Yeah.
What do you think that sort of nonprofit work gives you that other sort of jobs don't, like photography?
Well, so I work in ministry, and so I believe it's eternal consequences. Like, I believe I'm changing people's eternal destination. Not necessarily me, but God's working through me in that, and it's setting people up for lifelong success, enduring faith in trials and in hardship. And so I feel like people come into the college space and are so unsure of themselves, their future, what all of that holds. But if I can enter their lives and help them create a foundation that will guide them through all of the turmoil and hard things in life.
Provide that support.
Yeah, it not only changes, I'd say, eternities, but even just our life here on earth. It sets them up for success in their relationships, in their families, in their financial side of things as well. Like, we were talking with our interns about finances here these last few months and their future, and are they saving? That type of thing, because that's important, right? So those type of things. I feel like life change and is important to me. So if I'm just taking photos of houses on a daily basis, like, yeah, it's fun, but like, I don't find any like true greater purpose in it.
Right. You're not getting that sort of eternal generativity, you know, from your worldview.
Yeah. I might help somebody sell their house, but
right. Doesn't have the same lasting consequences.
Yeah.
What do you think is your end goal with doing that? Like, even beyond just what you're doing, what sort of consequence do you want to have that on the people around you?
I don't know. I just want to create change, and this fulfills me personally in a sense that it grows me and it stretches me, and it points out areas in which I can work on and get better in, and but I'm also able to help other people do that, and so I guess my end goal is just to live my life the way I think we're intended to live it, and help other people do that as well.
Right.
So.
And is that directly tied to religion, like helping other people find their way?
I'd say, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd say that's directly tied to it, but even if you know, religion's outside of it, I think we all individually, well, that's part of my religious view, I guess, but have this innate desire to do good or to have purpose or meaning, and I feel like I'm able to satisfy all of that in what I'm doing. So yeah.
I mean, just listening to all this and seeing how like passionate, how much thought you've given to this, it's exciting. It's wonderful seeing somebody so passionate about, like, even if like it's not always religiously associated, just wanting to help create that sort of environment for people, and especially wanting to improve yourself. You know? That's a very sort of worthwhile goal. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So we've covered a number of subjects, you know, mainly going around like productivity and like what we want to do with ourselves. I just want to say thank you for being so comfortable talking about these subjects with me. Is there anything else you want to add or talk about on that subject?
No, I think I'm good. I appreciate you reaching out to me, and I'm glad I was able to help.
Well, thank you for being such a good partner.
Thanks.
Yeah.